All right, so we're looking at Google Slides. Google Slides is similar to PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. We have book report, first name, last name. It automatically opens with a title page. So let's give our title or our slide presentation the title of book report. Now, you're already going to have access to the book report. So what you're going to get in class is the file, book report, and a picture file. If you don't have those or you're doing this outside of class, make sure you check Canvas for everything you need. Then you're going to put your first name and the last name under the title as your subtitle. Some instructors also require you to put date or a CRN or a course name. So this is Active B195. And there you go. So you're going to need to apply a theme. A theme just makes your document a little bit prettier, right? More appealing to look at. So I'm going to come up to slide and then change theme. And we have some options. I'm going to use this shift theme. So if you want to follow along, then this is the one you'll want to pick. So now we're going to add 5 slides. And that'll give us 6 total slides. So I'm going to come to the plus and we're going to do the title and body. So this one is going to be book information. Now this book report that you're given a copy of is an example 3rd grade book report. We're not focusing on the book report so much, whereas we're focusing on the presentation of it. The title of the book report is Sarah Plain and Tall. So I want to make sure that's spelled correctly. And then the author is Patricia McLachlan. So I might do something like title, author, and then the other requirement is to add a picture. So this is where you pull in the image that I sent you in class. So here's the image. And if you leave it like this, you're welcome to do that. But what I could also do is look at this explore button, and it's going to give me some options for what I can make this page look like. And so it's going to kind of format that for me so that it looks a little bit better. Okay, so now let's add another slide. And we actually want to go back to the title and body. So I'm going to delete. I just pressed delete on my keyboard. And I'm going to look at this requirement for the second slide. So that is characters. And we want to list the characters and then some kind of characteristics. So if I'm looking at the book report, so here's our book report. The characters in the story are, so right off the bat, it tells us who the 4 people are. So I'm going to copy paste and put them there. Okay. So I might give them each their own line. And then let's look back at that book report example. And it gives you some keywords. So Sarah is fun, hardworking, caring. Next person. Let's see. Jacob is Anna and Caleb's dad. And Jacob likes to sing. Anna is responsible. So it gives you these really quick sentences that you can write for each of these. Right? You're not expected to read the book. All you're expected to do is use the information from this book report, these 4 paragraphs, to make the presentation. I've already told you the 4 people. So now you're going to, if you're in class, I will give you the sentences to type. If you're doing this on your own, then you'll need to find the sentences from that first paragraph. Okay, so find the sentences from the first paragraph. All right, and just like we've seen before, you can use the Explore to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So let's go to the next slide. I just pressed the plus button this time, and this time we're doing setting. So this is going to be the description of the setting and an image. So if I look back at that sample assignment, the second paragraph is the setting. This story takes place on a dusty prairie in Wisconsin. So I could even just take that sentence, copy, and paste it right here. And there you go. So I'm going to actually increase the size. So I'm going to plus it so that way it's a little bit bigger. Let's look at the different Explore titles we can use. And let's see if we can add an image. So this takes place in Wisconsin. So I'm going to come to Insert Image. Now something different. We're going to say search the web. So let's look for, and it's automatically connected to Google because this is Google Slides. We're going to say Wisconsin. And we have some images of Wisconsin. So I might click this one just because most people in California aren't familiar with where exactly Wisconsin's located. So when I do that, I press insert, it plops it onto my slide, and then my new layout options change. So I'm going to pick this layout option, and then I can come back and make the size bigger so that it fits a little bit better in the screen. All right, let's add another slide. And actually we want to do the drop down, say title and body. And so for this slide, we're looking at the problem. And so you'll notice each of these paragraphs actually goes with the paper. So slide 3 was paragraph 1, slide 4 was paragraph 2. So this means the problem is going to be in paragraph 3. And our last slide is going to be the solution, which is the last paragraph. So for the problem, it says to have 3 to 5 bullet points with an image. So let's look back at the third paragraph and see what we can pull. What I don't want you to do is just copy paste this whole paragraph. Okay. You can take them sentence by sentence, kind of work them. Let's see, it's pretty specific. The problem is, and then at the last paragraph, the solution is. So I'm not making you look too hard in these paragraphs. I'm just going to copy this part. So Anna and Caleb's dad is sad and lonely, and it gives a why. Now it says to do bullet points. So that means I need to come to this more and do the bullet points or the bulleted list. And when I press enter, it's supposed to keep going with the bullets. So let's see, Jacob puts an ad in the newspaper. Let's see, he receives a letter from that person. The problem is, so let's copy those. And our requirements say that we only need 4 bullet points. So here are my 3 to 5 bullet points. So here are my 5. Now I need to think of a picture. So let's think, it says, Anna and Caleb's dad is sad and lonely, receives a letter. So maybe I want to look up letter. With the images. It looks like someone's mailing a letter. So I'm just giving examples of what you can add. You don't have to add these, you can add your own. Now let's come back to the normal Explorer, and we can see some options for how we can put this in our paper. So this one looks good. I might want to increase the size of this a little bit because that's hard to read. So you can go ahead and play with these till it's something that's legible. And the last one is solution. So let's look again at that last paragraph and get some sentence. So solution is Sarah comes home for a visit so she can visit the family. And we want these to be bullet points. And while she's there, she misses the sea and her family, but she decides that she belongs like hers. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to change this to a capital S because I want to make sure my work looks grammatically correct. And so finally, she decides to join their family. And now we need a picture. So I'm going to come to the Explorer and let's, I don't know, look up family. So maybe there's 4 people in it, so maybe I'll pick this one. And then I'm going to come back to the normal Explorer and suggestions it might have. Remember to make these texts a little bit bigger. That way we can read them. So it says we're supposed to have 6 slides in total. 1, 2, so I'm looking at the count. Yep, 6 slides. We need transitions. Okay, so to add a transition, I'm going to come to slide and then go to transition. And I can click on this drop down, it looks like. Okay, and then I can say stop, apply to all slides, and I'll know it's on every slide because I see these little, they look like coins, but they're the transition symbol. So I should have transition symbols on all of the slides. Make sure my spelling and grammar is correct. So I'm going to come to Tools, Spelling, and I can do spell check and all of that. So that is the 4 credit. Now if you want extra credit, there's some other things you can do. You can add a word art. So I can come back to the title. Instead of this book report title, I can delete that and insert a word art. And we want the word art to say book report. And then we can format the word art a little bit if you want to, or do some colors, all of that. And you can change the color here. So you have a word art. The next one it says is use the tools and explore design. So we did that on 2, 5, and 6. Other opportunities for extra credit include adding a table to this. So I can say insert table, and we want a 2 by 5 because we're going to say names and then what you had on slide 3 already, but this time we're going to put people's names. So it was Sarah, Jacob, Anna, and Caleb, but they're each going to get their own row. So I'm going to type Jacob, Caleb. And so we've done tables before, but that was in Excel or Sheets. Similar, I can drag it over. Let's bold, so I can press the B for both. We can actually also do some formatting if we wanted, but a lot of options to play with the table. And then the last one was add some, or actually there's 2 more, so we can do some animations. So if I come to slide 5, I can go to slide, let's see, insert animation by paragraph. Play. Right, none of my points are there, but if I click on the slide, they'll come in one at a time. So I want to make sure that by paragraph is selected, and so it looks the same, but if I was presenting this, I would notice the differences. So last thing is to click that share button, type my email address, and then share the link with me in Canvas.